It's time to play for the city. Welcome to the Dom Skeen channel, your one-stop shop for the Mariners storylines on Seattle's minds. And none of us want this season to end tonight. None of us want Cal Raleigh's historic season to end. We all want Cal Raleigh to play more baseball games before March. But man, no matter how bad you want it, you got to go out there and you got to do it. There's so much to say about this game. Everybody knows this. Seize the moment. Ichiro's Hall of Fame worthy level quote. The Mariners have just put out their lineup. Mitch Garver starts at DH. Going up against Tarik Skubal. This is the matchup that you want. Mitch Garver, a righty, on Tarik Skubal, a lefty. Randy, Cal, Julio, Jorge in the cleanup spot where he's been excelling this series. Gino in the 5-hole, Naylor in the 6-hole, Garver in the 7, Robles in the 8-hole, and JP rounding it out at number 9. The Tigers haven't released their lineup. And man, I talked a lot about the managerial strategy last game. I said Gabe Speier might have been tipping his pitches, but I think I've come to the conclusion that after Josh Naylor was kind of stealing the signs for Mitch Garver at that one at-bat, I think that the Tigers got a little bit pissed off and they started stealing the signs the rest of the game. Now, this is perfectly legal, let me say. My comment on AJ Hinch, an AJ Hinch team hitting fastballs this well and haven't done it since that Astros team in 2017, I'm not saying they're cheating. They're just getting it down in the mud with us and being scrappy, and I respect it. It looks like Gabe Speier, after all, wasn't tipping his pitches. And when you do look at the pitches, he was going in the middle of the zone a lot, and the Tigers were punishing him. So, I will tip my cap. I will give credit to the Tigers for how they played in Game 4. But at the same time, the guys who got us here, Gabe Speier, Edward Bizzardo, all these players, are the ones who are going to get us further. Those are the ones who can take us where no Seattle Mariners team has ever been, where no Seattle baseball team has ever been. Seattle can become a baseball city tonight, next week, and the week after. This, obviously, this is the biggest game since 2001. You have a chance to go to the American League Championship Series tonight, to go into a series where you're playing for the AL pennant. There could be a shot heard around the world tonight. If we go hit a walk-off tonight, it'll be heard around the world. It'll be one of the biggest moments in Mariners history. There's so much leading up to this game, but what do you look at? You look at the matchups, you look at the numbers. And so what are my picks for tonight's game? George Kirby comes out, gets the start for the Seattle Mariners. There was some talk about what would happen. Brian Wu was seen warming up at the field, and hopefully he can go in the ALCS if he's ready. But tonight, we use every pitcher we have on deck, all hands on deck. George Kirby goes out. He should get at least one time through the order. Luis Castillo probably going to come out of the pen tonight. Probably going to get another time through the order, or we'll see how much. It's really situational. Whatever we need, we're going to ask for. If you need it late in the game, you can bring Logan Gilbert in from the bullpen on short rest. You can bring you could even bring, you can bring anybody you need, our pitchers, I have plenty of faith in all of our pitchers, and I have faith in our pitching staff to use the matchups. Trent Blank, Pete Woodworth, massive credit to you guys. Massive credit to our hitting coaches, Bobby Magallanes, Kevin Seitzer, and Edgar Martinez himself. The leaders in this clubhouse, the men who were on that 2001 team, Dan, Edgar, Ichiro, the coaches who are veterans who have come in here to breathe, fresh life into this organization this year. Seitzer, Magallanes, the guys who have stuck around with it through it all, Woodworth, Blank, right? These are the guys who can take us there. And Perry Hill, got to give a shout out. It's going to take all hands on deck. Every Seattle Mariner tonight, this is a mindset game. You got to have the mindset. You got to keep taking it one pitch at a time. And last video, post game, I said, want to know every pitch. Cal, in his quote after the game, said, one pitch at a time. Want to know every pitch. Tonight, who am I going to take to homer? I'm going to take Julio to hit a homer off Tarik Skubal, and I'm going to take JP to hit a homer late, a clutch one. I'm going to say that Kirby is going to get 5 strikeouts. I hope he doesn't push too much, just doesn't allow any free passes. 5 strikeouts is 0 walks, I'm hoping. But man, this game is 1-0 every pitch, every situation. The stats, you look at, we've looked at them all year. We've looked at them before the game. We know what our players can do. We know what their players can do. But at this point, right, it's situations. It's situations. The human element is going to play a role tonight. The baseball is going to be played tonight. It's going to play a role. This is going to be one of the most memorable Seattle Mariners games of all time. I need to get down to the stadium. But my final predictions: Julio off Skubal and JP late. I'm going to say Kirby 5 strikeouts. And for the score of this game, I mean, we could pick any score, right? But at the end of the day, it's all situational. But I'm going to say I'm going to go ahead and say 5-3, just as a guess. But it almost does injustice to try to guess the score of tonight's game. There's so much going on. Tarik Skubal is such a good pitcher. We beat him 3 times. And you know what they say, it's hard, it's hard to beat you beat a team once, really hard to beat a team twice, almost impossible to beat them 3 times. 4 times is more than just an anomaly. If we go out and we beat Tarik Skubal tonight, it speaks to our team's resilience. It speaks to our team's ability to take the human element of baseball and ramp it up when we need to. And say, in the face of adversity, of the best baseball players on the planet, we are that too. All we need to do is believe, faith, love, and hope, and take it one pitch at a time. The skill, the talent, we know we have it. The Tigers, we know that they have massive strategy, massive, their team is built in total role. They play their roles so well, and they're not scared to do what, to make bold, really aggressive moves on the managerial side. So if we go up in this game, you can expect they're going to exhaust their bench, exhaust their bullpen, all of these things. But it's all hands on deck tonight. And even though I said the fans weren't going to play as much of a role because you can go steal the momentum when you go into somewhere, tonight, the broken glass theory still applies, death by 1,000 cuts. But what you have to do is you have to remember, anything can happen. I don't care how many runs we go down by or how many runs we go up by. We take it one pitch at a time tonight. God willing, I will be back here later tonight to celebrate with you all. But even if we lose, I will come back here with my head held high and I will celebrate what this team does. Because as long as we play for this play for this city, represent everything that we believe in, we show why Seattle is one of the premier baseball cities in this country, regardless of anything, that people might think. Ichiro said it best, seize the moment. What I'm thinking about today is that little boy in the backyard that wore this uniform every single day. Every single day, my dad would pitch to me, and I would think, man, I'm in the playoffs. I've got a chance to take the Mariners further than they've ever been before. Players are going to get that chance tonight. And we will be loud at the stadium. The stadium will be in full force. The dugout will be in full force. And we're going to seize this moment. I will see you guys later, no matter what happens, because we are going to keep fighting until the Mariners get a World Series championship. Go M's.